President Duterte finally visits Siargao, almost a week after it was hit by Typhoon Odette. Local officials say it's going to be a dark Christmas for Bohol. Pag-asa is still monitoring the low-pressure area, which may affect some of the areas earlier hit by Typhoon Odette. Who's in and who's out in the latest Pulse Asia survey? And the losing streak continues for Blackwater as Alaska scores another win in the PBA Governor's Cup. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Charles Lejano. Kicking off today's newscast with President Rodrigo Duterte finally visiting the typhoon victims in Siargao. During his visit, Duterte promised that the government will continue to provide food to affected residents. He also announced that additional funding from the DSWD AICS will arrive by Thursday to Monday of next week. Meanwhile, Malacanang also appealed to the public not to take advantage of the situation, especially in areas badly hit by the typhoon. This comes after reports that some people have resorted to looting after the damage brought by Typhoon Odette.
Ang sa akin na lamang siguro is ang pakiusap sa ating mga kababayan, lalong-lalo na sa panahon ngayon ng Pasko, na please let's not take advantage of our fellow Filipinos who are suffering right now. Ang panawagan po natin sa ating mga kababayan ay tulungan ang isa't isa. No, wag nating pagsamantalahin ang ating mga kababayan, lalong-lalo po yung mga nangangailangan ng tulong ngayong panahon ng Pasko.
Bohol is calling for aid as the province grapples with the aftermath of Typhoon Odette. This as over 250,000 families have to live without even basic commodities. Jenny Dongon has the rest of the story.
5 days after Typhoon Odette hit Bohol, more residents are turning desperate. They lined up as early as 4 in the morning to withdraw money from banks and remittance centers and to get water in refilling stations. 80-year-old Lola Virginia queued for 8 hours just to withdraw her 1,000 peso pension to buy food.
Nakakuha po kayo ng pera?
Wala.
Bakit po?
Wala pang hindi ko sa generator, hindi kasya. Maraming tao. Wala naman kami magagawa kay lahat naman kami nandito.
For Mang Eusebio, having a chance at feeding his family means waiting for 4 days in this remittance center in Garcia Hernandez.
Kinukuha namin yung kahit malayo, kahit malayo ako, kinukuha ko yung kasi wala na akong kakainin. Nagtitiis na lang kung anong meron. Kung maglugaw man lang, maglugaw na lang.
If the situation is already dire in mainland Bohol, the island barangays have it worse. Even before our news team and the provincial relief group reached the island of Pandaon, residents were already waving their hands, signaling for help. They still wonder how they survived Odette's wrath.
Iyak na lang ako. Naghihingi na lang ako ng tulong ng Panginoon para hindi ko na alam kung anong gagawin ko. Hindi ko alam kung anong gagawin ko dito.
With their boats destroyed by the typhoon, Pandaon residents had no other means to travel and get help. They can only hope that aid would reach their island. Over 250,000 families have been affected across Bohol. According to Governor Arthur Yap, funds and relief supplies are not enough. He's calling on the Social Welfare Department to help with food packs. Yap added that they have already received some reports of looting. Should the situation gets worse, Yap says the province will need additional security assistance.
Kasi kung hindi po, humihingi rin po ako ng tulong kay President Duterte. Padala niyo na lang po ako ng pulis, padala niyo po ako ng sundalo.
For News 5, Jenny Dongon, We Are One News.
According to Bohol's NDRRMO chief, the province will be having a dark Christmas in the wake of Typhoon Odette. Speaking to 1PH sa Totoo Lang, Bohol NDRRMO chief Anthony Damaliero says that the province is in need of supplies including basic commodities and electricity. He said currently all major roads are now passable. making it easier for relief goods to come in. And he added that most of all, they need potable water, especially for areas in the higher ground. And that right now there is some power due to generator sets, but even that is low on supply. So they're now looking at other provinces to augment this.
We're burning the lines with national and government agencies to continue up and rack up on augmentation of basic commodities. And again, I'm calling for water talaga, sir. That's the need, lalo na sa mga island barangays na total blackout pa rin ang buong probinsya ng Bohol. Unti-unti, there's power through generator sets, but again, there's a shortage of generator sets now. It will be a dark Christmas for Bohol po.
Meanwhile, Meralco has sent some linemen and other personnel to Cebu, Bohol, and the other areas affected by Typhoon Odette. In an interview with The Big Story, Meralco business head, Engineer Antonio Abuel Jr. says that some power in these areas may be up before the end of the year. But for the most part, it all depends on the availability of personnel and the extent of damage.
They had experienced total blackout, power blackout. So Meralco, to help in this restoration effort, has sent our linemen and a lot of additional personnel on the way to Cebu and also Bohol. Some areas we can restore immediately before Christmas and New Year, but it really depends on the extent of damage, availability of personnel.
Pag-asa says the low-pressure area being monitored outside the PAR still has a low chance of intensifying into a tropical depression. To give us more details, we have weather forecaster Ana Cloren. She is joining us on the line from the Pag-asa headquarters. Good morning, Ana. Let's talk about this LPA. Yesterday, Pag-asa released an advisory saying that there is a 60 to 70% likelihood that this will develop into tropical depression. Do we have any developments on this?
Yes, good morning, Sir Charles, and to all our televiewers. And as of the moment, based on our latest analysis, this LPA was estimated at around 1,775 kilometers east of Mindanao. And based on our latest analysis, it still has a low chance of becoming a tropical depression in the next 2 to 3 days.
Aside from this LPA, are there any other weather disturbances that you're currently looking at? And do we have more information as to when exactly the LPA is expected to enter the PAR?
Yes, based on our latest analysis, it is expected to enter our area of responsibility on December 26th or 27th. And as of the moment, we don't have any weather disturbance, but we have intertropical convergence zone, who is now affecting the southern Mindanao.
Right. That being said, what's the weather going to be like here in NCR and in Visayas?
In Mindanao area, specifically in Caraga, Davao Region, South Cotabato, Sarangani, Basilan, Sulu, and Tawi-Tawi, we're expecting a cloudy skies with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms. This is due to the ITGJ, or the Intertropical Convergence Zone. While here in Metro Manila and the rest of the country, we're expecting a generally fair weather condition. Aside from isolated rain showers, mostly in the afternoon or in the evening, it is due to the localized thunderstorms.
Thank you for those updates, Ana. That was Ana Cloren reporting to us live from the Pag-asa Weather Forecasting Center. Former Senator Bongbong Marcos tops the recent Pulse Asia survey. And results also show that although far behind, runner-up Vice President Leni Robredo is gaining momentum. More than half, or 53% of the respondents, say that they would vote for Marcos Jr. in 2022. Robredo landed in second place with 20%, a significant increase from the 8% that she recorded in the last Pulse Asia poll. Robredo is followed by Manila Mayor Isko Moreno and Senator Manny Pacquiao, each gaining an 8% voter support. Marcos's running mate Sara Duterte also topped the survey on vice presidential bets, and Tito Soto placed second, followed by Kiko Pangilinan, Willie Ong, and Lito Atienza. Meanwhile, former Senator Alan Peter Cayetano leads the senatorial race with 64.1%, followed by Raffy Tulfo at 60%. Former Senators Loren Legarda and Cheese Escudero placed third and fourth, while former Public Works Secretary Mark Villar and Senate Majority Leader Juan Miguel Zubiri round out the top six. It was an action-packed PBA Wednesday that saw Meralco extending its winning ways and Alaska breaking its alarming skid. Tony Bishop came up big for Meralco, delivering a monster double-double to escape TNT 83-80 yesterday. Bishop dropped 36 points and 17 rebounds to win their second straight game in regulation, holding off a Tropangiga crew that almost sent the game into extra time. In the second game, Alaska finally broke its back-to-back losing skid by winning 98-75. But that was at the expense of Blackwater, a team that has struggled to find its footing in the league and is now on a 24-game losing streak. And the action continues on Christmas Day with Manila Clásico bannering the holiday games. Barangay Ginebra and Magnolia will face each other for the 200th time right after NLEX and Phoenix open the game day at 4 p.m. And that's how the day is shaping up to be. Join us again later at 9 a.m. as we monitor the day's biggest stories from sunrise to sundown. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Just register for a free account at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We're One News.